Hello everyone, this is Oliver from Neo. Welcome to the Daily Sip, and my mission is to bring you closer to Japanese organic green tea. And today what we're gonna dive into is the world of matcha. I got a new matcha here which I received from Japan, so I wanted to try this out, and I'm going to compare it to the matcha Sesui from Mr. Nakai. So these is one Yabukita matcha, and here I don't know what kind of matcha it is, but I'm very curious to see how this matcha fits because it is classified as organic matcha first class, so it can be, or it is quite of a high quality. So I will hop into this matcha and gonna show this one to you. Good, so now let's try this one first. So just to have a look at the color, give you an in. So what is always seen when you are going with first class matcha, you really see this is high quality when the color is so beautiful green. So this is a quite intense green color. Color wise, definitely a very good or high quality theanine rich or amino acid rich matcha. So we just take a half of a teaspoon, how you saw this before, and we're gonna sift it through. Good, and that's already done. Very important here to took a tea sifter. You can also take a normal whisk which you have at home, and then you just whisk the matcha through it. Finally, it's gonna look very fine like this. This is the powder, which is then the product of this process, and we're gonna take around 100 milliliter of waters. You can also go to 150, but I often stay with 100. Good. So as some of you might know, matcha is the ancient tea. Actually, when the monks, they brought the tea in from China to Japan, this was the ancient process, because the rolled tea leaf process was not known then. This was more invented in the 17th century. So they often just milled the tea and they just drank it like this. That's also why it's quite common to see monks today still drinking matcha as just a part of their ceremony, as a part of their cultural background. Good, so this is now the matcha we have created from this first class matcha from the region of Kagoshima. You see the beautiful green color, so that's how a good quality matcha has to look like. It is quite intense in its green. As soon as going into the gray or even the yellowish color, you can definitely say that it is not of good quality. Like less good quality is in general not a problem. So this is now a Yabukita. So you can see the color is a little bit less strong in the green. It's also very green, but just slightly less. And we're gonna do the same process. I just need a little bit more, as I used before, a little bit more. Good, and we sift it through. Good. Voila, we have the same process here, so you can see the matcha very well sifted, and we're gonna add the same amount of water. Voila, and we're gonna sift it through as well. Just whisk out of your wrist, very easy to do, and it is important that it becomes a little bit foamy. Not every matcha will become as foamy as the other one. If you want to have a guarantee foam without matcha whisk, try to use the aerolates. These are the small little round whisk at the bottom, which are automatic. They are pretty good to be used. Good. So let's go into this one here. So also a very, very beautiful green color. And now let's check what the difference of these two is. So you can see the Yabukita in general is a little bit darker in its color. It's typical for Yabukita. It's not that strong in its green color, but it is very nice in its veggie color. So now I'm curious to see how the difference of these two matcha is. So you can see matcha is very easy to prepare. You just pour it in, whisk it with the aerolato. So with this machine, you don't even need to whisk it because it's so fast. It just there will not be any crumbs in your matcha. So just whisk it very nicely. You have a nice foam which is created, and then you're ready to go. Faster than a coffee. I needed maybe 25, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, if you and then you're already done. So it's very easy to do. You can do it at home. You can add some milk as well. Always use plant-based milk. Yabukita, a very good matcha, which can be used for the matcha latte. There are some more delicate matchas, which I wouldn't use for a mixed matcha, but only use them pure. But now let's see how these two matchas compare and what the taste difference is. So let's start with a known Sesui. At the beginning I have a strong asparagus-y, grassy note. It's quite strong on this grassy flavor profile. That's why also it goes through very well in a matcha latte, because it has this intense, it has this stronger, grassier tones with it. So the Yabukita, if you like this very fresh cut grass, strong kind of spinachy, veggie, a little bit of an asparagus-y taste profile, also very sweet. So especially now in the lingering in the palate, it develops a very, very nice smoothness, a very nice sweetness. So this one here, definitely the grassy option. And now I believe it's an okomidori, so it's a different type of matcha. It is very sweet at the same time, but there is quite an astringency with it. I'm quite surprised. So it's very green. So the green color alone is not only the indicator if it's very sweet or if it's a little bit astringent. And this I often see also with a lot of good quality matchas, is actually I believe it is still Yabukita, or it could also be a blend between Yabukita and Okomidori, and it's a little bit too astringent for my taste. It has a nice fresh citrusy note, so if you like a little bit of an astringency, you can definitely go for a tea which is going to this direction. For me, for a first class matcha, also with a beautiful color, it's a little bit too much on the astringent side. Well, this one here has a beautiful tone, and the astringency is not coming out. I'm asking myself how Mr. Nakai does it. You have much more of a creaminess. There's a little bit of a citrusy note in the beginning, but it's directly overtaken by very sweet and very rich flavor profile. While here I always have to the whole sip, and even in the lingering after, I have always this slight astringency coming out. Which is just a little bit too strong. I guess this tea would be nice for a matcha latte, because sometimes when you use the plant-based milk, which you should always use when you do a latte, it could be that the sweetness of the milk, it dims down a little bit the astringency, but the other flavors, they're just not coming through. enough. It's a little bit too weak and a little bit too much on the astringent side. While this one here definitely. And there's also a slight creamy, nutty kind of texture in the beginning. It's a little bit more silky as well. So definitely the Yabukita, a very good cultivar, also just to drink it pure, but it also matches very, very well with the milk. This one here, unfortunately, a little bit, very beautiful color, I must admit. So the color wise, very nice, very, very nice, fresh, but loses a little bit overall because the stringency is a little bit too dominant, and the other flavor profiles, they don't get through too much. So for the moment, I will not change anything for myself. And if you want to try these ones here, you can always just ask me any question, or if you want to know anything about matcha, no problem, I'll be happy to answer all the questions to you. And this was the matcha session of today. So the winner of today is Mr. Nakai again. Good. So this was this. I hope you like this. I'm a little bit in a phase where I try a little bit newties. I hope you like this one too. And if you want to ever any topic to be covered, please tell me. Please write me a comic or anything. A comic or a comment. You can draw me a comic or you write me a comment. You can choose yourself. And I'm happy to answer any questions and to cover any topic which you would like to be covered. So thanks a lot for being here. Thanks a lot for watching. And I guess I see you tomorrow. Bye bye.